Hey friends, this is Shifa. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to talk on novel called The Scarlet Letter. The Scarlet Letter. Scarlet is reddish color, and what does letter means? It actually mean alphabet. Now, which alphabet it is talking about? A, and it stands for adultery. So yes, in this particular novel, we are going to explore themes like adultery, sin, in fact, nature of sin. We are going to look at how people commit sin, different people, how they react to that particular sin, and what are the consequences they can face, okay, for different reactions. Apart from it, we are also going to look at truth and how the society reacts to that particular sin, how rules and regulations are different for different particular time period, not just for time period. In fact, if we take the example of today's age also, for example, in India, if anyone is stealing anything, if so, the punishment we get over here for a thief is different for different in India, but for other countries it is different. There are countries who cut off thieves' hands also. So you are going to see that, you are going to explore that through plot of the novel. Now, apart from it, before talking about the plot of the novel, I am going to give you a small description of author itself. And why? Because it is very much significant to the plot of the novel. This author, Nathaniel Hawthorne, is an American, and he belongs to a Puritan family. So his lineage, his background comes from a Puritan family. And why is it important over here? Because those Puritan ideas, beliefs has been portrayed, has been represented in this novel, and also the conflicting ideas. So this not only this person Nathaniel Hawthorne is putting out those beliefs, but he's also kind of questioning those beliefs in the first place, and he's also questioning the various other factors like morality and how we all are committing sin, and the ranges, the differences we face throughout, so various other factors are also coming in, like feminist perspective and personal beliefs also coming in. So we are going to discuss it as the plot will develop. So we are going to have a look at it one by one. So let's start with the plot of the novel. The plot starts with a scaffold. Now, what is scaffold? It is a kind of a stage which is used for public humiliation. And in that particular scaffold enters a character, and her name is Hester. Yes, she's a protagonist of the novel, and in fact a female protagonist. And why is she here? Why she's standing on that scaffold? Because she has been publicly humiliated. She has been called for public humiliation, and she has to stand there for 3 hours. She has been asked to stand there for 3 hours by church authorities. And why is it so? Because she has committed adultery. So what is her punishment? She has to stand there, she has to face public humiliation, and not just like for 10 or 20 minutes, but for 3 hours. Also, she has to wear a pendant with a letter called A, which means adultery. So she has to keep that pendant keep that on her neck, so that she'll be reminded of her sin all her lifetime. Okay, now this everything is happening, public is humiliating her, and women, men, they are cursing her. They are saying, oh my god, what kind of woman she is, even though she is very beautiful and elegant. Some women are also jealous of her, but apart from it, she is overall receiving very humiliation. But she seems to be like indifferent. At least she's like, okay, I have committed sin, but she's facing the crowd, and she's saying, okay, let's face it. So this is the kind of attitude she's carrying. What happens is, in that particular crowd comes one man, and he makes eye contact with her, but he doesn't directly talks to her. He asks some of the people in the crowd, like, who is she and why she's standing over there, and public informs him that she is Hester, and she's a lady who has committed crime. So that person becomes very angry, and he starts supporting the crowd, and he starts saying, okay, this lady should be punished, you people are doing right, and not only her but also her lover should be punished. Where is her lover? The scene reveals that this particular man is no other than Hester's husband, long lost husband. So he was nowhere to be found till today's date, and right now he has returned as a physician. Okay, and he has named himself, given a new name, Chillingworth. Okay, so he gets angry on Hester, and then the whole humiliation thing is done. In the next scene, what happens is you see Hester in the prison. Okay, she's in the prison, she's pregnant right now, she's having a child in her belly, and she's feeling very conscious, she's feeling very anxious and very uneasy. So this physician has been called upon to like treat her, and Chillingworth only comes, and what happens is Chillingworth first treats her, and then he starts asking her like, who is that man and who's your lover. She also recognizes her long lost husband, but she says that I'm not going to reveal his name. Whatever you do, no, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to tell anyone else. Okay, what Chillingworth does is he says that if you're not going to tell me the name, I am any which way is going to find your lover, but I'm going to kill this child's father, I'm not going to spare him. Okay, so this happens, and after some days Hester has been released from the prison, but she's not allowed to live in that particular village. She has given a separate cottage a little bit far away from that place, and she is living in a small cottage with her daughter. A daughter is born. Okay, that child, a daughter is born, and she names her Pearl. Okay, a Pearl is born, and she is bringing her up. Hester is bringing her up. Both daughter and mother is, having a very decent life. Okay, but after some days, when Pearl starts growing up, she seems to be a very rowdy kind of a personality, and she is very bold in that sense. So people starts again questioning her. People start saying that if this Pearl, if this child is going to be with this lady, then she's also going to get spoiled. Okay, so people demands to church authorities that this Pearl should be separated from her mother. Okay, and both of them are called in the court, and Hester becomes really scared, and she says that her daughter is the only her only way of life, and she cannot do without her. So she pleads to whom? She pleads to the minister of the church, saying that, who is the minister of the church? Arthur. Now Arthur is again very important character. Arthur is the minister of the church, Arthur Dimmesdale. Now looking at the request of Hester, Arthur spares her. Arthur say, okay, let her be with her own daughter, and nothing is going to happen. Okay, let it be. And this court is dismissed. After that, what happens? Now Arthur is really important, you have to pay attention towards his character. Okay, after this, what happens? After some days, after passing of some days, this Arthur, this minister of church, starts falling ill. And what this people suggest that Chillingworth should be called to treat the minister of the church. Now, while having a treatment, while Chillingworth is giving this minister treatment, he suspects something wrong. He thinks that maybe this minister of church is something fishy, and he is hiding something with the people. Okay, because that minister of the church seems to be very uneasy. He's very guilt conscious all the time. So Chillingworth becomes very suspicious, and he starts thinking of whether he is hiding something or not. One night, what happens? This Chillingworth go and opens the t-shirt, because the minister of the church, like Arthur Dimmesdale, has the habit of putting his hand on his chest continuously and hiding something on the chest. So what he does is he opens his shirt, and he like Chillingworth, Hester's husband, opens his shirt to look what is there on his chest, and he sees a letter A. and now he is very much sure and suspicious about the fact that this minister of church is the only man who is the lover of my wife, and therefore instead of giving him treatment, this Chillingworth starts torturing him mentally. He starts saying him whether you have committed any crime, because you seems to be you are going to face a very severe consequences, this that. If you have done something wrong, please confess to the whole public, go out and confess, this that. So now Arthur becomes very much conscious, he gets very much anxious, and he decides to go and meet Hester. And he meet Hester and he says that, I know I have done wrong, but now I want to correct it. Me, you, and our child will run away from this place, and will have our own home. We'll stay there and we'll be away from all these people. I don't want you also suffering, because I cannot see. I'm just, because of my guilt conscious, I'm dying inside. I'm dying from inside, and I cannot do this anymore. So let's run away from here. Okay. Now what happens is they decide to run the very next day, and Hester is also okay. Let's do it. If you want to do it, it's okay. I'm ready. But next day what happens is all of a sudden Arthur changed his mind, and he goes onto that scaffold, and he accepts his sin. He says that I am the one, I am the lover of Hester, I am the father of that child Paul, and I have committed that sin. And what he does is, he, after confessing everything, he commits suicide. He dies over there. Public has no further reactions, and also Chillingworth has now no more motive left, because he wanted to revenge that lover, but now he has taken his own life, so there is nothing left for his revenge also. After some day, even Chillingworth, he also dies, but before dying he does very impressive thing. He accumulates all his wealth, and he gives that to the child Pearl. Okay. So that's that. Chillingworth also dies. After that, Hester and Pearl is only left. Hester marries Pearl to a very rich family. Okay, and all the wealth which Chillingworth gave Pearl, Hester gave everything to that Pearl, and Hester now returns to that old cottage, and she starts living over there. Okay, now Hester, when she's living, when like she's all alone now, everything is done, every story is complete, the attitude of the people towards her is changing. Though she is still wearing that scarlet letter A, but now most of the people don't recognize that letter A with adultery, but they have this misconception, okay, of A being able. Okay, so this plot, this succession of plot from being an A for adultery to A for able is how we see a change. Okay, a development of character of Hester from being an adulterous woman to being an able woman. Now let's look at the analysis part of the whole novel. We are going to see a couple committing sin. There are two kind of people over there. One who accepted, one who said that okay, I have committed adultery, I should accept this, and she faced whatever came her way. Okay, she accepted it fully. She faced every punishment, and she overcome that. She crossed from being adulterous woman to an able woman. And on the other hand was her lover, okay, Dimsdale, who kept everything, every truth inside him, and that eventually killed him. Okay, so you are going to see how see, the novel over here has a theme adultery, but it is not giving any opinions on adultery. In fact, it is showing us the different perspective toward committing sin. People, everyone commits sin. okay, but how do we react after committing that sin? That is really important, and that is what is there in this novel, and that's why it is one of the most famous work of Nathaniel Hawthorne. So he has perfectly shown how different people commit adultery, commit sin, okay, and how people react differently to their own particular sin, and how consequences can be, you in fact here in this novel, this author is showing human fallibility, human fault, okay. Every human, commit sin, they do mistakes and everything, but what we do afterward is much more important, right? Apart from it, we can also study it from a feminist perspective, and I'm not saying that this particular character Hester is a feminist, but what I'm saying is you can actually do a feminist study on this particular plot, how the couple has committed crime, okay, both male and female both has committed crime, but you can see who is suffering more. One of the reason is obviously because physically a woman has to carry that child, so it's actually visible, and people will speak a lot, saying that, oh my god, what has happened to her, this and that. Apart from it, the other reason can be scopophilia, and what we call as male gaze. So a woman is always under surveillance, always in control of a male gaze, and the moment we are born, we have been, yeah, we have all the set rules for women. You have to sit like this, you have to act like this, you have to smile like this. So this can be one of the reason, and you can see Hester suffering a comparatively lot more than her lover, okay. And people are even like, till the end they are least bothered about that lover is found or not, but Hester has to go through so much humiliation and everything, okay. So this was it. I think two major factors which I underlined was about the differences you can see in people committing sins and the consequences they face. Apart from it, you can do a short feminist study. You can give that perspective as well. And you can see a lot of Puritan beliefs and everything. You can discover that, you can gather points for that. So I think this was it for today's video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and for more such videos, keep watching my channel. Till then, take care, bye bye.